My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is March 4th, 2024. It is 1:41 a.m. Wow, I can't believe it's already 41 because I got up like around 1. But anyway, first of all, I like to welcome new subscribers. Yesterday, I was shocked when I was looking at my analytics and I saw the view within 24 hours. Now I'm actually shocked again because my views usually in 1,000. Okay, very rarely it goes beyond that. So I appreciate for those who are watching and leaving your comment. I try to respond as much as I can, but sometimes when there are a lot to share with you, I prefer do the recordings, and when I do have time is to edit and put those videos out for you guys. As you can see, my channel is not to sensationalize things. I give you my honest opinion. Sometimes some of you agree, sometimes some of you don't. But my main thing is some of you who are not on Twitter, and I go through Twitter or Blue Sky, or is it Sky Blue? One of those, because I have some tweet from that to share with you. And go through the real information. Sometimes they are silly, depending on the conversation the squad are having. I share with you. All right, so this is the background of this channel. Let's go on Twitter. Okay, so this is the first tweet. Breaking, the UK charity Watchdog has said it has opened a case into concern raised about Sentebale, the charity set up by Prince Harry. Why do they only put his name? It's not just him. Prince Harry and Prince Sioso. These are the two people who create Sentebale. Wow, they're really outing Harry only. But anyway, so let's go into the article. This is it here. The link will be in the description. Sentebale Watchdog opens case into concerns raised at charity set up by Prince Harry. Prince Harry and Prince Sioso, okay, now they put him. Prince Sioso started Sentebale in 2006 to help young people with HIV in Lesotho and Botswana. They stepped down from the charity last week, Thursday, April 3rd. So that was yesterday. Prince Harry has described a row over his Sentebale charity as heartbreaking. Yeah, it is. After Watchdog announced it had opened a case looking into concern raised, the Charity Commission said it had opened a regulatory compliance case to assess concern raised about Sentebale. One thing I'm a little bit concerned because many of these people, they listen to one family. And if that family wants something to happen in a negative way, many of these people will guide their investigation in that sense. But I just hope they look broadly without prejudice and focus on substance. How come all those money, was it £600,000 that went out of the charity? And then this woman go on national television saying, as if the charity was his or was hers. If Harry had something to say, why Harry didn't come to her, and it's a whole bunch of things. My main concern is they stay ethical. The Watchdog stay ethical and focus on the substance. Okay, Prince Harry stepped down from the charity last week alongside fellow co-founder Prince Sioso of Lesotho, with whom he started the organization in 2006 to help young people with HIV in Lesotho and Botswana. The investigation comes after the charity's chair, Dr. Sophie Shanduka, spoke to Sky News over the weekend, accusing the prince of harassment and bullying at scale by unleashing the Sussex PR machine. Just go through some of my videos since this woman started opening her mouth. We just want facts. And the squad are putting facts out. This is what's good with the squad. Many of us have good or strong background in certain things, and then the squad just went to work and put things out. But anyway, she should have shut her mouth. Okay, an allegation a source close to the former trustees deny as completely baseless. The regulator said it was investigating, quote, whether the charity's current and former trustees, including its chair, have fulfilled their duties and responsibilities under charity law. Okay, I agree with that so far. In response to news of the investigation, the Duke of Sussex said in a statement he expected the inquiry to unveil the truth that collectively forces us to resign. He added, quote, what has transpired over the last week has been heartbreaking to witness, especially when such blatant lies hurt those who have invested decades in this shared goal. And it continued, on behalf of the former trustees and patron, we share in the relief that the Charity Commission confirmed they will be conducting a robust inquiry. And it continues, we remain hopeful this will allow for the charity to be put in the right hands immediately for the sake of the communities we serve. In a statement, Dr. Shandura said, quote, I welcome the Charity Commission's decision to proceed with a regulatory compliant case to consider the various governance, administration. The current, did she say current? Commission decision to proceed with the regulatory compliance case to consider the various governance, administration, and management matters I first report in February 2025. We shall see. Maybe things were getting too hot. But anyway, let's continue. She added she will share the finding of an internal review conducted last year with it and said the charity will continue to be focused on its, quote, day-to-day operation. She started, did they say she started in 2023? She was a trustee from early 2000 until 2015, I think. And then she left. And then in 2021, I believe, just look at the screen because I have some screenshot of these, what I'm making reference to in terms of the years. And then I think in 2021, after she had left Sentebale, she received one of the things from the charity. Is it MBE or something like that? And then in 2023, that was 2 years after she received that MBE, she went back to Sentebale as whatever position that she was in. So for that short moment, she was having issues and they asked her to step down. Why didn't she step down? And then what some of the things that I have shared in past videos is that with those money, hiring consultant within thousands of dollars to do what? And there's no return in the investment of hiring these people. Something is not right, but let's continue. So they put the full interview. I'm not gonna go over it because I have a lot of videos, little clips here and there about it. So once you go on that link of this article, you guys could go and watch it yourself. Okay. Charity Commission statement. In a statement, the regulator said, quote, the Charity Commission is now in direct contact with parties who have raised concern to gather evidence and assess the compliance of the charity and trustees, past and present, with their legal duties. The regulator's focus, in line with its statutory remit, will be to determine whether the charity's current and former trustees, including its chair, have fulfilled their duties and responsibilities under charity law. The Commission is not an adjudicator or mediator, and it's guided by the principle of ensuring trustees fulfill their primary duties to their charitable purpose and beneficiaries. But the thing is that the people step down, the trustees, including the founders, step down, and then out of nowhere, she just put those people in. And then before that, it seems like some of the money that she was hiring people to do things where there was no return in that is one of the trustees that's sitting right now. And it's that guy who have some sort of connection with Prince William. I don't know. And the thing I'm afraid as well is that while the trustees, the good one, the with Prince Harry, stepped down, I'm just hoping they took some documents with them. Because if they just get up and leave and then take things with them, now some of the papers could just be, I don't know, altered to fit to whatever her narrative is. These people are smart, especially those people that she just put in. If they came to do damage, allegedly, she probably had her stories straight, or maybe they're just gonna throw her under the bus. Okay, let's continue. After a period of assessing the initial concern raised with the commission, the regulator informed the charity on April 2025 it has opened a regulatory compliance case. The regulator has not made any findings at this time. Sentebale chair claims Dr. Shanduka previously told Sky News Sunday morning with Trevor Phillip, quote, "The only reason I'm here is because at some point on Tuesday, Prince Harry authorized the release of a damaging piece of news to the outside world without informing me or my country directors or my executive director." And she continued, "And can you imagine what that attack has done for me, on me, and the 540 individuals and the Sentebale organization and their families?" And it continues, "That is an example of harassment and bullying at scale." A source close to the former trustees of the Sentebale charity has described as completely baseless Dr. Shanduka's claim that she was bullied and harassed, briefed against by Prince Harry, or that the Sussex machine was unleashed on her. A source, I think she deactivated her Twitter account. The squad don't play. A source said the ex-trustees, quote, "fully expected this publicity stunt and reached their collective decision with this in mind." It continues, "They remain firm in their resignation for the good of the charity and look forward to the adjudication of the truth." Okay, so the link will be in the description. You could go and watch the interview. There it is here, 20 minutes and 17 seconds. And whatever. One of the videos I did yesterday where Dr. Shola sort of made reference to her interview, where she said that Harry made things public. Based on Dr. Shola's thing, Dr. Shola was saying is because she went public and then Prince Harry had to respond in the same manner. Oh my goodness, the thing was doing well for 20 years. I think it's gonna be 20 years now. But anyway, so that's that. Let's leave that alone. I'm not gonna go in the comments. Let's go to the next tweet. And I think it's another mainstream that's talking about it. And what I'll do, I'll just leave the link as well. You guys could read whichever you want. Okay, we've opened, okay, so that's the charity commission. So that's them. Okay, we've opened a regulatory compliance case to examine concern raised about the charity Sentebale. Okay, I hope you plan to audit the books. It has been rumored that Harry was taking money and sending it to one of his for-profit. Oh, please, Harry has enough. Meghan is making enough money to do his thing. His book has sold enough. That's full-blown BS. That's switching what that 600,000. This is why I'm like, I'm not even gonna read the comment. I'll open this. Okay, maybe this one should have been the one that I read. Oh, it's very short. It's very short. Okay, Sentebale Commission opens compliance case to assess concerns raised about the charity. The Regulatory for Charity in England and Wales has opened a regulatory compliance case to examine concerns raised about the charity Sentebale. So that was dated yesterday. The Charity Commission is now in direct contact with parties who have raised concern to gather evidence and assess the compliance of the charity and trustees, past and present, with their legal duties. The regulator's focus, in line with its statutory remit, will be determined whether the charity's current and former trustees, including its chair, have fulfilled their duties and responsibilities under charity laws. The Commission is not an adjudicator or mediator and is guided by principle of ensuring trustees fulfill their primary duties to their charitable purpose and beneficiaries. After a period of assessing the initial concern raised with the Commission, the regulator informed the charity on 2nd April 2025 it has opened a regulatory compliance case. The regulator has not made any finding as this time. And okay, so you could read the rest. The link will be in the description. Okay, let's see here. Note to editors. The Charitable Commission is the independent non-ministerial government department that registered and regulates charities in England and Wales. Its ambition is to be an expert regulator that is fair, balanced, and independent so that charity can thrive. This ambition will help to create and sustain an environment where charities further build public trust and ultimately fulfill their essential role in enhancing lives and strengthening society. You know, as I'm reading this, I hope they do the right thing, because if they effed up, and especially if Harry sees they effed up, he could take it to court and have people see it. It reminds me of IPSO, because before I think they sort of let's look it up so I don't mess up with my understanding of it. IPSO. Okay, so there it is here. Independent Press Standards Organization. So these were the organization that Harry used to go to when the newspapers writing lies about him. And when these organization, IPSO, do its whatever investigation or complaint that Harry concerned about because they're writing nonsense about him, they always turn a blind eye. And they always said that the papers are in right hand, they doing their thing, whatever. So they will always give the benefit of the doubt to the newspapers. So what Harry has done now, he stopped going to them. This is why there's always a lot of lawsuit with Harry, because he does not trust IPSO. And when Meghan had the issue with the letter with her father, okay, due to Harry's past experiences, they didn't go to the papers at all. She went straight. Well, a little backstory is that the palace lawyer was sort of dragging its feet, giving promises that they were not even gonna pursue. So when Meghan realized that then wasting her time, she hired her own lawyer and then sued the paper regarding the letter she sent to her father. And she won. So that independent, what's the name of that charity? Something commission that opened the inquiry to look into Sentebale. I'm just hoping they stay true to their values and, ethically, and look at the right thing and don't give preferable treatment. Because if they do the wrong thing, I think Harry might go to court with that woman. Okay? Because this is something he created. Harry even donate, from what I've heard from past, when I raised this topic where Harry donate to Sentebale from the money he made from Spare, I can't find the numbers. But around the time when I'm looking into this Sentebale debacle, I find a figure. I'm not sure it is correct. It's like 1.5 million. So Harry is giving his own money into the charity. This is why when I was reading that comment under one of those tweets, I was like, it's BS. Harry will not be taking money to put in his pocket. He's actually giving. Okay, so I just hope that Commission stay true to its core values and don't do anything stupid, because IPSO has given turn a blind eye when Harry raised concern. But it's not just Harry anymore, though. But anyway, so that's that. The link of this will be in the description, both of those articles. All right. So now we are into more tweets. All right, no articles, no more articles. I didn't know it was from the Charity Commission that I put the link here. Okay, a statement from Prince Harry on Sentebale. Quote, no one suffers more than the beneficiary of Sentebale. We share in the relief that the Charity Commission confirms that they will be conducting a robust inquiry. We fully expect it will unveil the truth that forced us to resign. One of the things I'm a little bit afraid for Harry, because I do not trust these organizations like the commission, similar to IPSO. What I'm a little bit afraid of, if the commission give benefit of the doubt with was it Dr. Shanduka, and then that will give Shanduka and the group of people she put in to take over. So what that will means is that that will be a lesson. I don't know, depend on how it goes. Let's say with my crazy thinking, not knowing I have no background of charity and things like that, but I'm just looking in the perspective of the corruption that usually goes with this organization, similar to what I've said about IPSO. If the commission give Dr. Shantuka benefit of the doubt, so now she will say she had the right to do what she did, and then everything I will be somewhat scratched, she'll be like, I had the right, they look into it, Now, because the commission, it's not a legal thing, they're just gonna look into what goes on. Now, if this goes to Shanduka's benefit of the doubt, there's another term, but I can't think of it. Now, if Harry and Prince Yoso and the original trustees disagree with what the commission says, now they could take it to court and said they got it wrong. But bragging right will be onto Dr. Shodu, what's her name? Sophie. That will go to court, and then they will have the court look into it. Because there's a lot of corruption with these people in every offices. If, let's say, some of the suspicion that some of the people online are having, who's truly behind that, and if those people in position of power listen to that egg, and then that's how they will take it over. But in this aspect, what Harry can do is to learn from it, which I've raised that concern in past videos for Invictus. Now, that loophole that is there, before it gets out of hand, and meanwhile, while all of this is going, Harry should look into Invictus to see what's going on. Because if they could do that to Sentebale, what makes you think they're not doing that to Invictus? So, while Harry is juggling Sentebale, he should be looking into Invictus to see what some of these new people, because there's been some changes that happened this year as well with Invictus. He should be looking into things while he has the authority, fire people or change people and put new people in, because that's his baby. That's his.
First step would be pitching the Royal Foundation board, which oversaw my charitable projects and Willie's and Kate's. It was our foundation, so I told myself, no problem. Also, the calendar was on my side. This was early summer 2013. Willie and Kate, weeks from having their first child, were going to be out of commission for a while. The foundation, therefore, didn't have any projects in the pipeline. Its roughly £7 million was just sitting there, doing nothing. And if these international warrior games worked, they'd enhance the foundation's profile, which would energize donors and replenish the foundation's accounts many times over. There'd be that much more to go around when Willie and Kate came back full-time, so I was feeling supremely confident in the days leading up to my pitch. But when the actual day came, not so much. I realized how badly I wanted this for the soldiers and their families, and if I'm being honest, for myself. And this sudden attack of nerves kept me from being at my best. Still, I got through it, and the board said yes. Thrilled, I reached out to Willie, expecting him to be thrilled as well. He was sorely irritated. He wished I'd run all this by him first. My assumption, I said, was that other people had done so. He complained that I'd be using up all the funds in the Royal Foundation. That's absurd, I spluttered. I was told only a £500,000 grant would be needed to get the games going, a fraction of the foundation's money. Besides, it was coming from the Endeavour Fund, an arm of the foundation I'd created specifically for veterans recovery. The rest would come from donors and sponsors. What was going on here, I wondered. Then I realised, my God, sibling rivalry. I put a hand over my eyes. Had we not got past this yet? The whole heir versus spare thing? Wasn't it a bit late in the day for that tired childhood dynamic? But even if it wasn't, even if Willie insisted on being competitive, on turning our brotherhood into some kind of private Olympiad, hadn't he built up an insurmountable lead? He was married, with a baby on the way, while I was eating takeaway alone over the sink. Pa's sink. I still lived with Pa. Game over, man. You win.
That's his. So Sentebale is a learning case for Harry, for Invictus, because they want to take everything away from him. Okay, because all of the things that he's doing are working. They do not want that to be successful. They want to take it over and then screw it up and then blame him for it. But let's get back to the original recording. I think that's from the article I just read. You could pause and read it because I read the entire Sky News thing. Okay, so that's that. It's end quote. And I think I shared that on my community board. Okay, amen, a Prince Diana's heir. While this is a positive step and I hope it all goes well, it's worth remembering that this is the same charity commission that saw nothing wrong with old sausage finger receiving literal bags of cash in exchange for royal honor and appointments. I'm telling you, these people, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. This is why I had to bring Ipso into the game. Not the game, into that. Alright, so this is a different language. God says no worries. I'm confident that the truth will prevail. Prince Harry has the spirit and love from his mother, Princess Diana. They both are crowned by the true king. Sentebale shall rise prominently again. You know, after all is said and done, because that woman had smear, okay, by going on national television to smear the name of Harry, including Meghan, and made reference to Serena. And once this is all done, I think, all right, Sentebale could still stay, but I will change the name. Okay, maybe I will call it Forget Me Not, because it means the same thing as Sentebale. All right, they are going to find out that she misappropriated money. Okay, at this, and one of the thing I was seeing from past videos, the squad, I'm telling you, they uncovered things. The money that she took to hire consultant, some of the monies were going to family members and stuff like that. And I think there's someone who relate to her that's somewhere in Texas. And the squad have shown that some of their profile thing online, they delete them. At this point, Sophie should just fall back. It's obvious she misappropriated money. The question is how much in total and who got the money so they can return it. Okay, I sincerely hope that the founders, Harry and Sioso, have frozen all asset and access to Sentebale's coffers. Keep her greedy paws, enrichment herself. I just hope they did. But the thing is that how was she by herself to be able to take all that money out? Some of the thing I've said in past videos regarding that is that she must have seen a loophole within the charity because there were too much confidence. There was too much trust within the members. And I'm saying, you know, Harry needs to, we are human. When you see all that money and there's a way you could take, they will find a way to take. So Harry needs to really stop trusting people like that. Maybe, I mean, I'm from the outside. I don't know anything. But from my perspective, I feel like there's a loophole that she saw that she was able to do some of the things that she did. And by the time they find out, a lot of money had already gone. Okay? And then from what I've read in past videos, there are large top companies she have worked with, and they are in the negative as well. So all of this needs to be looked into. And I think Meta, Facebook, she worked for them, and some other hedge fund company. I don't know. I guess she felt like she was, I don't know, smart, educated. All right, next tweet. Okay, King Charles' friend thinks Duchess Meghan is crazy for starting a lifestyle brand. Well, I don't know what is going on with these people's brain. Was Meghan supposed to sit down and take taxpayers' money? Oh my, look at that. Oh my God. Okay. And Meghan says she has been working since she was 13. And she enjoys what she's doing. I don't know what goes into these people's head. I did share that on my community, but her teeth are literally rotting, and I don't like to talk about these type of things. Okay, why the people who attack Meghan always the most stunning, beautiful, caring, loving, and successful people in the world? Oh my God, that couple is that. Was it Ghislaine and her new guy? They look stunning. She's throwing shade, that's all. Okay, then before. Okay, let's leave that alone. Baroness Carol Bamford, aka Carol Grey, with talking to Hitler, Mussolini, and Mosley, co-conspirator and collaborator, Daily Mail UK, hooray for the black shit, okay, about hard work, as though she knows anything about it. All her organic farming, etc., was done by employees. Oh, she's into that kind of thing? This is so crazy and so hypocritical. Charles doesn't have a whole website. Okay, Charles doesn't have from Jam, highly. Meghan announced hers and other products, even ketchup. The audacity of these jealous royalist lunatics, lol. Has Charles found any more cash in bags? Okay, maybe he should focus that and other things impact him directly. Okay, it's always the friends who said the worst thing about Meghan on their behalf. These same people have said a bad word about Andrew. It clearly shows they never welcome Meghan into royal circles where Harry was right to remove his family away. Okay, this part, Harry removed the family. Okay, it's William who kicked him out. Okay, William kicked him out. And then the thing is that the way Harry removed himself and Archie out, okay, is during the holiday. I guess they made it seem like they were gonna go to Canada for the holiday, but he never went them back. When he went back, he went by himself. That's for the, what do you call this? What's that summit? Okay? And then it's to that, after that, he made the speech. The speech that he made was during a charity event for Sentebale. And then he left by himself.
I must say that I can only imagine what you may have heard or perhaps read over the past few weeks. So, I want you to hear the truth from me, as much as I can share, not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry, the same person that many of you have watched grow up over the last 35 years, but now with a clearer perspective. The UK is my home, and a place that I love. That will never change. I've grown up feeling supported from so many of you, and I watched as you welcomed Meghan with open arms, as you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. Finally, the second son of Diana got hitched. Hooray. I also know that you've come to know me well enough over all these years to trust that the woman I chose as my wife upholds the same values as I do. And she does. And she's the same woman I fell in love with. We both do everything we can to fly the flag and carry out our roles for this country with pride. Once Meghan and I were married, we were excited, we were hopeful, and we were here to serve. For those reasons, it brings me great sadness that it has come to this. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is, we're not walking away. And we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honour to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force. And my hope is one day our collective support for each other can be more powerful, because this is so much bigger than just us. It has been our privilege to serve you, and we will continue to lead a life of service. So in that respect, nothing changes. It has also been a privilege to meet so many of you and to feel your excitement for our son Archie, who saw snow for the first time the other day and thought it was bloody brilliant. I will always have the utmost respect for my grandmother, my commander-in-chief, and I am incredibly grateful to her and the rest of my family for the support they have shown Meghan and I over the last few months. I will continue to be the same man who holds his country dear and dedicates his life to supporting the causes, charities and military communities that are so important to me. Together, you have given me an education about living, and this role has taught me more about what is right and just than I could ever have imagined. We are taking a leap of faith, so thank you for giving me the courage to take this next step.
And then went back to Canada. All right, so the way he removed Meghan and Archie safely without give them a hint that they were gonna leave, even though William kicked him out. Okay.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
He didn't say, okay, I'm gonna leave. They just, I guess, we're gonna go on vacation, blah, blah, blah. But when he came back, he went by himself and left Archie and Meghan. But anyway, let's go to the next tweet. This video might have 2 parts. Maybe the 2 articles, the commission and the one that I read before might be by themselves. Okay, this illness. Because to stock buy the products of Meghan, who you hate YouTube, Twitter, and other social media, but you wait with breath to buy her products even before her friends, and then complain about her products selling out is pathological AF. So there was some stuff that I mentioned, and was it this one? Okay, I know I have it somewhere in my comment. All right, Royal News Network. Just realized that I got the as ever email confirming the product launch a full 2 minutes after I had ordered, and at least 2 products had already sold out. Imagine if you had been excitedly waiting for weeks for her. I mean, they have no shame. They have no shame. Okay, for her product online, only to be told 15 minutes after the launch and the products were already selling out. I only figured it out as I was guessing 9 a.m. was the lunch time. Okay, sorry for my accent. Lunchtime, giving the build up. I feel like as a business trying to cultivate a user base that's wood. I'm reading this. Email lists do take a long time to send, so I'm curious if people got it earlier. It looks like a freaking crazy person who's coming. No, they sold. I purchased most of the collection for a review. It was there and sold out. Oh my goodness. They love to have pain. Okay, I guess Meghan will say, thanks for your money. Your business, come back again. Meghan and Harry, poor whole lives. I cannot imagine spending 5 minutes, okay, on that's William and Kate. This maniacal obsession has no equal. All right, let's pause this. The absolute best part of her ranting today for me was her insisting that she's a journalist. All right. Okay, if it took that long for the email to get through, it just means that so many people sign up. It looks okay, emails to get sent, even when automated mail lists have to be sent more or less individually, otherwise the system will crash. She complained about it's wood that the product sold out so fast. Well, why is she buying it? She was one of those people causing it to sell out, so her beef, I'm telling you, I'm so lost. Okay, can I be irritated that someone slinging daily bit that honey? Okay, I'm kind of salty. All right, the haters were watching their screen pop up to be the first to buy. Other people who really support Meghan have lives and lost out. There's one squaddy that I read who literally did not go to work. Did not go to work that day so she could shop in peace. So she didn't have to sneak out and at work to do the shopping. And then she lost out. I was reading one of those comments. But anyway, let's go to the next tweet. These people are crazy. Full-blown crazy. They buy it and then they complain. Alright, I think it was this. By ordering Meghan's as ever products, they will learn her home address. This goes to show how stupid most royalists are. To think that Meghan will use her home address for her business. They are effing stupid. There's the laugh here. So she retweeted that. Royalists hoping return address is his home. There's something seriously wrong with these individuals. Okay, so this is me who had a small little conversation here. Okay, did they really think that? Laughing my ass off. They wanted to address for the shipping and the return address. And then there's me here responding by G. I hope she put a disclaimer like sell is final, no return. I will not trust them returning edible products. Okay, 5 people like it, and there's this here. She did. And I was like, thank God. Okay, literally an hour ago, this response said she did. And I was like, thank God. Okay, that one was 8 hours ago. Okay. What am I even surprised anymore? There's that. People are laughing. I like how there's no return policy. Ah, there it is again. I like how there's policy. Meghan saw them coming from afar. Yeah. Okay, trying to decide which camp is more stupid, MAGA or Royalists. The same. This is why now that, let's pause this. Now that Trump is in office, okay, he said he was going to do his Project 25. Many idiots did not listen. So now that he got the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the presidency, all major position, now he's going to destroy the education system. Because these people, to keep them stupid, and then they will remain in power. From what I've seen, I think there was an election in Florida. And it seems like Florida put MAGAs again in office. This is the thing here. If you get, they're crying on national television, well, on social media, not national television, on social media, the farmers are crying, all these other people are crying. that Trump is messing up their lives and stuff like that, if you give them a chance again, they'll do it. Let me see how that, if what I'm talking about is true, about the special election in Florida. Yeah, there it is here. 1 day ago, Republicans win twice in Florida, but results may stoke anxiety about midterm. All right, they're crying and they saying there's whatever, they remove migrant and all of that. I think yesterday in one of the videos about spring break that's going in Florida, there's no business, people are not coming, but guess what? They put Republican again. Republican win Florida special election and Trump stronghold by narrower. Okay, so you give them another chance, they'll do it again. So they are their own worst enemy. So this is why I'm not really going too much into what's going on right now, because you'll be so freaking upset, so you just ignore them. And then they're asking for blacks to go, African American to go and what do you call this, protest with them. What is it? I think it's tomorrow, March 5th. Majority of African Americans said no, but if there are some, that's on them. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. They are their own worst enemy. See, the people that Trump sent back, never a threat to, well, if there was a path to citizenship, then that's a different story. But if they were not citizen, there's no worries, because they were never calculated into the election because they can't vote. So whoever left, any citizens who are left in the US who can make a proper decision, these are the ones that are really important. So he's gonna, Trump is very smart. Remember, as much as many of us may not like what he's doing, but this is what he wants. So he knows how to do the thing, and then he has people around him with the same mindset to help him do it. But anyway, let's leave that topic alone. Next week, the mental sickness these people have is quickly scooped up Meghan's product, who claim to hate her in the name of review, but have never purchased a single thing promoted by Kate or Charles with his line of monarchy ending gem. The mental sickness is with these people. Okay, so that's the thing. I think shop is live and the prices are fairly ridiculous. That won't appeal to everyone, as to get everything costs over $100. The most expensive is the jar of honey, which was $28 and already sold out. I'm gonna guess they had 12 of them or something. The website was also glitching for the keepsake spread, one of the worst idea ever. Okay, everything is sold out, everything is fine, so worst idea ever, but okay, she got you there, that's all matter. But I'm going to review what I can, so you don't have to, because I can write it off on my tax, whatever. Are her products winners or losers? I'll let you know, but just based on the prices, she'll turn people off as they are needless. They are. Her premium is that she's a duchess, that's it. Okay, whatever. Like I said in one of the comments, she said, thanks for your money. Your business. Come back again. This is honestly upsetting, because there were so many real Meghan supporters who were unable to purchase. This gums lady is sick. Let her be. The main thing is Meghan has her money. Okay, she spent over $100 because she decided to buy most of the products, clown, and she's complaining about the keepsake in every tweet, acting as if Meghan forced her to buy the gem with keepsake. There's a laugh. If you find the jar with a keepsake overpriced, then go to the market and buy gem without keepsake. Easy, I'm telling you. But the thing is, they were gonna do it and then return it. But there was from what I've seen, because that was my concern, I didn't buy any, is that there was a disclaimer, all sale is final. Okay, they are confused, friend. I have never bought a single thing from the leftovers. In fact, I didn't even know they had products until recently. I don't even bother going that thing. Okay, it's hard work being a troll when the person you are trolling keeps winning and winning and winning. I guarantee she will come back to say the products are all terrible or mediocre. Okay, store. Okay, let's go to the next one. These people are ridiculous. Apparently, they are looking forward to Easter for when they walk to church. That will show Meghan, there's the laugh here. By the time they walk to church, Meghan will be cuddling up to her prince husband in the name and the last asleep. I don't know. Okay, LOL. Then Meghan will post the Easter hunt with Archie and Lily. Okay, that would be the straw. The balcony is history. Okay, if I was Meghan, I will post a pic on my balcony overlooking the ocean. Meghan isn't as petty as me though. They have a balcony where Harry was and Archie was looking at the birds, the hummingbirds. Okay, the boring things they have to pretend to like. They're obviously not aware of the 6-7 hour difference in time zone. Okay, Megs will be making monarchy destroying gem. Okay, Gummy will be on her 7th face by Easter. Wonder how it's settled. Okay, doing that Easter peacock walk looks so energy draining. I'd rather be sleeping or eating than dress up to listen to a sermon. Okay, they forget. Let them be. Now this is a baby Deranger. Probably sums up everything the Derangers were crying about. Let's pause. That's a GIF. How dare she send those beautiful hampers all around Hollywood while snubbing the UK and real royals. Her actions are intolerable and must result last of the last straw, the final of the final nails, and the branchless olive trees. Henceforth, His Majesty the King must remove all titles. Okay, baby D, I thought she was unwelcome in Salty Island. Here's your bottle and take a nap. You'll need your strength to cry harder tomorrow. Alright, and we want her to feel bad about not being wanted, but she's not cooperating. There's the laugh here. Baby D therapy is definitely not working for you. I need to have a word with ya, Mama Karen. Okay. The final of the final nails and branches and branchless olive trees. Henceforth, there's all of that. So pretty much, it's a thing that the squad sort of create to make fun of the Derangers. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on Blue Sky. I came across some videos, some tweets. How do you call them? Whatever they posted on Blue Sky, because I haven't been on it for a while. Okay, Jamie.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.